Welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mr. Darling, and I got a very good show for y'all today. I want to talk about the secret space program. I want to talk about the shadow government, and I want to talk about these now 14 missing scientists that got everybody spooked, including former senators and current senators that are coming on TV declaring that they're not suicidal and that they won't take their own life. It's crazy to think that I've been talking about this stuff for the past, let's say, 20-something years, okay? Way back when I lived in Palmdale, California, after me and my ex and my family started having our experiences with what we believe to be the secret space program, and I'll talk about that a little bit in this video. But 14 missing scientists got a lot of people spooked because this has been going on over the last couple years. And it's not just scientists, it's also UFO researchers, conspiracy theorists. There's been people who have come out and talk about the 0 point energy hoax or myth that a lot of these people were apparently working on. Propulsion that would get people to use cars and machines for free, for the free ski, without us having the need to use fossil fuels or nuclear energy. Oh shit. These are things that a lot of people who have come up missing were working on. They were working on 0 point energy. They were working on propulsion systems that didn't require combustible engines and whatnot, and now they're missing. Like I said, this is former military personnel who were higher ups overseeing the project, on down to certain scientists who have come out and tried to be whistleblowers to let it be known that, yo, there's this secret government behind everything that has technology that you guys can't even freaking imagine. Now, well, the reason that it's in the public sphere now is because certain high-profile senators, certain high-profile people have shined a light on this, and I believe it's because they themselves are spooked. One of these former senators, now take in mind, I'm going to say former senators. I don't have all the names on me. I don't have my notes. I'm walking. Y'all have to bear with me. One of them said that this is happening at a much higher rate. It's not like they don't always disappear people. This has always been something that they would do. But it's happening at such a high rate right now that it got a lot of people creep to freak out, which I can only imagine if you have your own secrets or you're privy to certain information, and the same people who are privy to say the same information are coming up missing. That would be pretty spooky, especially when these are high profile people. Some of these people are not that high profile. Some of these people are like I said, conspiracy theorists, like the guy, I forget his last name. His last name is Whitcock. I forget his first name. He was a conspiracy theorist, one of the people who were often seen on ancient aliens, and he talked about 0 point energy. He had a podcast on YouTube and on social media where he had a lot of different contacts. Well, recently he died because apparently he ate a bullet 3 days after saying he would never eat a bullet. He ate a bullet, you know, so apparently he had some mental health issues, and he took himself out the game despite saying he would never take himself out the game. And this goes to a lot of what a lot of these senators and people that are being whistleblowers are coming out and saying. They're saying, I'm not suicidal. I'm not going to drive my car off a cliff. I'm not going to shoot myself in the face. I'm not going to do X, Y, and Z, because they are spooked. They're very spooked. Now, I've had my own experiences with what I believe to be the secret space program way out in the Antelope Valley years ago when I lived out there with my family, my ex and our kids. We went through certain experiences there that changed my perspective on life completely. As far as like when y'all see me get on here and I talk about voting don't matter and all that, a lot of that has to do with the fact that I know that there is a shadow government who has technology beyond our own understanding, because I've seen it with my own eyes, and to this day I can't explain what I've seen, even though a lot of people now are talking about what I've seen. And what did I see? Well, I've seen a lot of stuff out there in the Antelope Valley, and if you've ever lived out in the Antelope Valley for a significant amount of time and you're perceptive, you will see you'll come across a lot of high strangeness yourself. But to make a long story short, at one point me and my kid's mother were going through a lot of things in our house as far as spooky shit, as far as let's say extraterrestrial shit, stuff that we believe to be extraterrestrial stuff. We don't know what it was, but at some point I came to the conclusion that it didn't have anything to do with aliens, that it had everything to do with, like I say, the secret government or whatever. but we were being vexed by whatever the freak they were testing on us and everybody else in that building. But we were just hyper aware of what was going on, and we expressed ourselves to everybody we knew, and everybody thought we were crazy by telling them, oh, every night when we're woken up by strange sounds and crazy fucking shit on the roof and just this weird feeling of unease and these voices you hear in the distance. It's just weird. And people's like, oh, you guys are stir crazy, you guys just need to go outside. And I'm taking them out. I had a whole job. It's just dumb. But people dismissed us. So at one point, my friend, who was a photographer, he came out to the Antelope Valley. And I know some of you guys have heard this story before, but I'm gonna tell it again because it's such a profound part of my life. He came out because we were gonna wait for it to get dark so we can go out there and take pictures of the sky to see what the fuck was going on. Because it was going on so frequent that we knew that as long as he came out there and brought his camera, we would be able to get something on camera, you feel me? And he did. So we came out there, he came out earlier in the afternoon, but about 5:36, we decided when the sun was going down, we were gonna go around to the side of the building and go to the tennis court, which is behind our house, set up the cameras and take pictures. But as we did, as soon as we get to the side of the freaking building, these two triangle shaped UFOs come up over the tree line. They don't make a sound, they don't affect the wind. They have these three like dots, like they just float, like almost as if a hand just picked them up and just carried them across the sky, and they just disappeared out of our view. And we were freaking tripping. I was like, oh shit, da, da, da. But living out there, and then especially after that, I did more research on the Antelope Valley and Lockheed Martin and Boeing and freaking all the different companies that are out there on those airfields doing all these different tests, and how far it goes back to Gordon Cooper, the old astronaut that said, oh, you know, there's aliens that visited that airfield before he died and all this other stuff, blah, 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 blah. There was a lot going on out there, right? A lot that goes deeper than just aircraft. That goes, like I say, into the mental stuff of hearing the shit in your head and just the craziness, right? Like the high strangeness that got us to be awake to what was going on out there. There was I've mentioned beings coming into the room and stuff too, but over time I began to believe that it wasn't extraterrestrial, that this was technology that humans were using in order to test it on the public, us being the public, to see that if it worked, if they could sneak into our house, if they could move shit around, if they could fuck with our head, you know what I'm saying? This was the type of shit that a lot of these scientists are saying is happening to them was happening to us then. Do y'all understand that they've been testing on people and on the public forever? That's how they get their results. And so, like, let's talk about those scientists. You're a scientist, you say, okay, I signed an NDA, I'm not gonna tell anybody. All right, great, we believe you. But why risk it when we could just kill you? We could just get rid of you, and we never have to worry about that loose end. That loose end is completely tied up forever, right? That's how they see it. And it'll say you're a crucial part of a project. It'll say you're this brilliant scientist. You're a crucial part of this project, but your part is done. They have your research. They have everything they need from you, right? Well, they don't want to risk you getting on some fucking podcast and talking, you feel me? So you gone, you out of here, you feel me? And that's what's going on. And it's accelerated at this point because something big is coming. I swear to God it is. And for some reason, just like the senator came out and said, they're doing this at such a high rate now. They're doing it at a high rate now because something is happening, something is big. I know y'all feel the world is fucking changing and has been changing forever now, right? Something big is coming, bro. And they pushing it. But so they get rid of these scientists. The best example I can use, if y'all know, if y'all ever read the book Watchmen, or if y'all ever seen the movie, y'all know that Ozymandias, he used these scientists, like he used the greatest minds in the world to try to replicate Dr. Manhattan. Dr. Manhattan's like this godlike character in the book, to replicate Dr. Manhattan's power, right? So he can, come to 0-point energy, so we wouldn't have to use nuclear energy and fossil fuels. Obviously an ongoing topic. This book was written in the 80s and all that, right? So this is what they're saying, like, so anyway. So Ozymandias, he uses the world's greatest scientists to try to be able to replicate to be able to replicate Dr. Manhattan's power, right? And eventually he does. He's able to do it, and he's able, because one of Dr. Manhattan's powers is he's able to teleport himself and like matter from anywhere, right? So he figures out how to do that because he wants to make this fake alien invasion, right? Like, follow me. He wants to make this fake alien invasion so that the world can come together as one government and da-da-da, right? So we can get rid of nuclear war, all this other stuff, right? So after the scientists replicate Dr. Manhattan's power for Ozymandias, what does he do? What does he do? He fucking kills them, bro. He murders them. He murders all the scientists because they're no longer necessary. The research is done. The work is fucking done, okay? And if you watch that book, or if you read that movie, you know what happens next. Catastrophe. What did he say? To killing millions to save billions. That's what happens next. Catastrophe completely, right? And I honestly believe that movie foreshadows so much fucking shit that's going on. Not just the movie, but the book more so. And what's going on now, take out the superhero stuff from it and all that other stuff. That's what's going on. All these scientists researching the secret, like, these secret projects, okay? Nobody knows about. They're so compartmentalized that they don't even know their position, right? They're just, oh, you know, I'm the fucking, what do you call it? The ion guy, and I'm the fucking proton guy, and I'm the electron guy, whatever, right? And they just compartmentalize these people. So they don't even know they're working on something so big, right? But then once the project is done, it's like, oh shit, we were working on this the whole time? Oh, I don't wanna go, there's music, it's music. I don't wanna go, we're gonna walk back down this way. But you get to that point and you're done. You're out of there. We don't need you. You're a loose end that needs to be tied up. And that's where these scientists are going. That's where some of these people are going. And even like, let's say, the podcaster, the guy that was on Ancient Aliens and stuff. It ain't that, oh, he was so important as a part of the project. It's that he had connections to people. People told him stuff. He had, you know, sometimes people can just be linchpins that you just got to get rid of, because if you don't, that shit's gonna come back and bite you. And this is what's going on. They can't have people knowing exactly what's going on right now. And something fucking big is fucking happening. I'm downtown, so that's why I see on the call. Something huge is about to go down. I honestly freaking believe that with all my heart and soul. And that's why these scientists are disappearing. That's why these senators are spooked. That's why. Because it is the secret government, right? Like, okay, what do I mean by the secret government? Okay, let's say something, right? At some point, the government gives you money to research this crazy science, okay? Hey, figure out how to make portals, or figure out how to make 0-point energy and all this other shit, right? Figure that out. I don't know what's going on. I guess some people are out here protesting, but figure it out, right? And so you figure out how to make portals, or you figure out how to bend the dimensional barrier between realities or whatever the fuck, right? Well, why do I have to listen to you now? Why do I have to listen to my boss? Why do I have to listen to you when I have this power? Your money means nothing when I can make portals. Your money means nothing when I have 0-point energy, right? In fact, me and my people, the people that's really running it, we can set up our own fucking government and we can rule over y'all. Fuck a constitution. We have the technology. We have alien fucking technology that we figured out. What can you do to stop us? Nothing. That's what's happening. And that's what the shadow government. They have no oversight. They have no bosses. They have no rules, right? Because how can you have rules on somebody? Let's say you found a fucking spaceship, right? And you found a spaceship with all this terrible technology in it that you could use against the public. Who's gonna fucking stop you? Nobody. Now, imagine that has gone on for decades, since the 40s or 50s. You find some craft from some other world, from some being, right? And you and your people, y'all are given a budget to figure out, okay, what is this? What the fuck is this, right? Y'all figure it out. Y'all figure out at least parts of it. Maybe y'all don't figure out everything completely, but y'all figure out enough to be like, all right, yo, this technology is enough for us to separate ourselves from the real government. We're over here, they're over there. They can't do anything to stop it. That's what I think's happening at Lockheed and all these other, not just them, I'm just bringing them up because that's the one that always pops in my head. But all of these military defense contractor companies that make all of this money and all of these secret black programs, that's what's going on, bro. They have their own fucking rules that they go by. And it's so, like I say, it's so compartmentalized that even if you're a part of it, you don't know what parts you're a part of. Does that make sense? You feel like you could be a part of the fucking, oh, I don't even know I'm that important, and then all of a sudden you start getting threats, you start getting phone calls, you start getting followed, you start seeing, okay, then why are they following me when I'm just this researcher? Why are they keeping tabs on me? Why is my phone tapped? Why is all this going on? It's because you are a cog in a fucking machine, right? That needs to be tweaked, that needs to be reminded, that needs to be poked and prodded to let you know how small you are compared to the people that you work for, how smart you are compared to the shadows that you do not see, the shadows that stalk you, the shadows that follow you, the powers that fucking be. And when you become a part of they, you don't know what the fuck part of they you're a part of. You don't know whether you're the toenail, the pinky, you don't know whether you're the heart, the lung. You are what they tell you to be. That is all. That is it. And it's not just about going off a script. They expect people to go off a script. Hell, they even play into the shit. You understand? It's not like they don't want people to know like everything, but that's what they do. They play into it. Why do you think in certain movies they show y'all shit and all this other stuff? They want y'all to know. Think about it. You find something fucking dope, amazing, and you can't tell nobody. You shit, even for the fucking lead, even for these lizard fucking people. They want to fucking tell, they want to brag. So how do they do it? They do it through movies, they do it through games, and then they introduce us to technology that completely changes the fucking game. I can go back to when I was growing up and come to this time, and this would feel completely alien. Looking at all this, everybody always on their phone. If you grew up in the 90s and you come to this fucking time right now, you will know that something took over. Something is ruling over us that ain't got shit to do with no human. You can't tell me that I'm tripping, bro. Something invaded, something happened at some fucking point to where we lost control of our world. This is not our world, if we ever even had control of it. But it's so fucking obvious and people are so blind to see it. And now your scientists and all these other people are coming up. And I'm not bringing this up to be alarmist or anything, because what the fuck are we gonna do about it, right? What the fuck are we gonna do about it? Even if it was complete proof tomorrow, when I sit there and say, oh look, they're sitting up here putting these scientists to the guillotine. What the fuck are we gonna do about it? We don't do shit about it. We didn't do shit about no goddamn Epstein files. We ain't gonna do shit about nothing. We gonna sit here, we gonna eat our food, we gonna be fucking comfortable, and we gonna let some of our greatest minds live in fear to where they have to make freaking tapes saying that they're not suicidal. That's what we're going to do. Not a goddamn thing. Just talk about it, gossip about it. Oh, scientists are coming up missing. Oh, there's a secret government that has all this technology. Oh, they want us to be slaves. Oh, they're extracting our energy. Oh, they're harvesting our souls. They're eating our fucking children. Ain't gonna do shit about it. I'm sorry. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys are having a fabulous week. I know I am. I'm having a pretty good week. I ain't gonna even hold you up. Despite everything, we live in an exciting time. You're gonna have been born in a more freaking exciting time. You can't convince me otherwise. We ain't born in one of the freaking most exciting times ever. Every day there's something. Every day there's something new. Every freaking day. Never in, like, my mom never told me about a time. Every day there's something new. There's never a time in history where every fucking day there's something new. Something historic happens constantly to the point we just be forgetting that shit is happening. We didn't forget that they didn't tell us that, oh, there's some extra something here that we don't know. We don't know if they're extraterrestrials or other people. We didn't forget, because we got bills to pay. With that being said, I appreciate y'all being here. Let me know what y'all think about everything I said in this about the shadow government and all this other stuff. If you ever played Metal Gear Solid 2, they go into depth in that game about it. Oh my God. And that shit was so prophetic for it to come out so long ago. I'll catch y'all next time. Bye-bye.